Hi my friends, welcome back. It's Nat and I have another card using the Paper Rose Summer Santa, but this time we're just going to use the beach balls and the thongs. I'm going to stamp this out with Versamark, or Versafine I should say. Now I'm going to tell you straight off, I have not done what I should have done. So what you need to do to make a nice sort of pattern is to rotate like I've done with the thongs. So I'm rotating them around, I'm twisting the cardstock. I didn't do that with the beach balls and I don't know why. I usually am pretty good. Later on I'm going to trim it all down so you're not going to see the half done beach ball or the half stamped thongs, because I just wanted a little panel. So it was a happy accident, so it was good. I'm literally using 3 colors of Inktense pencil. I am using the chili red, which is 0500. I'm going to use a little bit of the dusty purple just to give it a little bit more depth, which is 0730. And then for the air quotes white of the beach balls, I'm going to use 2120, which is a neutral grey. This is not a watercolor cardstock, so it is quite thick. I think it is 300 GSM. I don't know what that is in pounds. Sorry, my friends. But Inktense pencil, like most watercolor mediums, you put where you want it to be the darkest. That's where you're going to put your pencil down. And then you use a little bit of water to blend that out. And I am being super careful with, you can see my cloth there, and I'm dabbing a lot of the water off my brush. I decided I needed a little bit more. We had an empty hole. You can sort of roughly see to the left of that beach ball that I have a tiny little bit of something. So I wanted to fill up that hole just a little bit more. So we'll finish off colouring up those ones. So yeah, you want to put it right where whatever the darkest is and then blend that out. It's the same with watercolour mediums, the watercolour pencils, all that sort of stuff. Doing a little bit of tip to tip because I know that it doesn't really like it if I put it wet, the Inktense pencil on wet cardstock. So yeah, you need to make sure that you twist your images around. That will give it a nice, just a little bit more interesting, pleasing to the eye. Once it is dry, Inktense pencil will not be removable. And pretty much once it goes down, it's not very removable. It's not movable at all. Let's go back to what I was saying about the colour being in the darkest area. This is perfect. So I've got a little one line in each of the balls. And I'm spreading that out. And you can see how much colour. That's just one line. So this card is very, very soft. Now, like I did with last week's card, I am going to give the thongs a very well loved look to them. So I am not a thong person. I don't like them. Don't really know, ask me why. My son's the same thing. But what happens when you're wearing them, you end up with a dark sort of line, whether your feet are dirty or what, I don't know. But we're going to play on that. We're hopefully going to give it a sense of well loved and well used. So we're putting the pencil down in the center where hopefully our foot would be. And we're going to use a little tiny bit of water to blend that out. There we go. I'm very, very plain and simple colouring, honestly. There's not much, just got to put a little bit of dusty purple in there right now to make it a little bit darker. So it's very simple colouring, this one. There we Next thing I've got is a little bit of white acrylic. It's probably some gesso. I couldn't figure out whether I wanted to tap down or tap up, and so you can literally see the paint going everywhere. I did cut out, I do add a little bit of, because I forgot about that I did it when I did my editing, I did add a tiny little bit of Delusion sand paint to that. So we've got our white dots splatter, and we've also got some brown. Sentiment here I'm actually going to stamp twice because I totally foobarred the first one because I'm going to put it down too low. So I don't think my cardstock was very well, it wasn't very straight. You can sort of see it there, but I was dead set that it was just the shadow, but it was way too low. So we're going to stamp that out twice using Versamark embossing ink, and we're just going to put that down, put some white embossing powder over the top. I have this flat brush, I don't know what it's called because I'm not that educated in that sort of area, but it's a flat brush that I use for all this sort of stuff. I find that if I use a round brush, it does not work for me, but this is a lot thicker sort of bristle for me, and I just find it works really, really well. I have Paper Rose, they're actually a slimline card, obviously, but I found that the very smallest one was the perfect size to cut these out, and I just use the die to give me the dotted lines on either end of my sentiment as well. So this card is very mixed meadery, I suppose. Is that a word? It's a new word. Now it is. Anyway, over the weekend, yesterday here, it is currently the 18th of October. Yesterday I went live on Facebook. It wasn't my channel, but it was from Picture to Page and Beyond Papercraft Show. So it's a show that happens a couple of times a year in different sort of situations. A whole heap of retailers go there, take a whole bunch of stuff, and everyone comes in, and there's so much fun because, you know, especially if the ones that I go to are like, if you're Melbourneite, you would know it, Pakenham and Sandown and that sort of thing. And sometimes you don't see people until the very next show. And so it's really, really great to just catch up. There's one in May and there's one in, well, it was this weekend, so October. I don't generally go to some of the other ones. But yeah, head over to our Facebook page. You don't have to join, you don't have to like, but all you have to do is just find my video, and it was from Sunday the 17th of October at 2 p.m. And yeah, check it out and leave me some love because, you know, that's all cool. I had a lot of fun. I was shaking like a leaf, but I had a lot of fun once I got going. And honestly, I ran out of time. We did 1.5 cards. And I had about 15 samples of other cards, ranging from very, very easy right up to more complicated with some colouring. So I talked about it last week. So it happened and it was good. All my little elephants were all quiet, because that's always a bit nerve-wracking when you've got children in the house. That's my card. Hope you take care, and I like that. Like, subscribe, and now there's some videos for you to check out. See you later. Bye.